Have you ever wondered what happens when you completely stop eating sugar for a whole month? Not just dessert, not just candies, but every hidden form of sugar that sneaks into your life. I did it. I quit sugar for 30 days, and what I discovered, honestly, I didn't expect it. It was not just about cravings or weight, it changed my body, my mind, and even my sense of self in ways I could never have imagined. Today, I'm going to share this journey with you, the struggles, the signs, the shocking revelations, and how it transformed my life on a level deeper than I ever thought possible. Before I started, sugar was just part of my daily life. A long day at work sometimes ended with a sweet snack. I didn't think much about it, but looking back, I realized these little habits were affecting my energy, mood, and how I felt overall. Before this challenge, I also used to replace white sugar with jaggery, a healthier option. But during this 30-day challenge, I quit all forms of added sugar completely. Scientifically, sugar is addictive. When we eat it, our brains release dopamine, the feel good neurotransmitter. Over time, your brain starts craving for sugar just to feel normal. That is why quitting sugar feels like quitting an addictive drug. So I decided enough. I wanted to see what my life would look like without sugar. Friends, the first week was brutal. The cravings were insane. I would reach for water, but my body screamed for sweets. Headaches, irritability. I read online that this is sugar withdrawal, but feeling it was another story. I learned something important during these first days. Awareness is power. I started noting down every craving, every mood swing, every moment I almost gave in. I realized sugar didn't just affect my body, it hijacked my emotions. Friends, one evening I had a powerful moment. I was craving sweets and instead I went for a walk. I noticed the cool air, the sound of the city, even the feeling of my feet on the moment. That day I was fully present. And I thought maybe sugar is not just a physical addiction, maybe it's a distraction from living fully. By the end of the first week, my body started to rebel, but in interesting ways. My energy levels fluctuated dramatically. One moment I felt drained, the next I had bursts of unexpected energy. Not just this, my skin, which had been dull and congested, started to show tiny improvements. Even my digestion seemed more consistent. Science explains this. When we remove sugar, our insulin levels stabilize. Our body stops experiencing constant blood sugar spikes and crashes, which affects energy, mood, and even hormone balance. I also realized that cravings were not just about taste, they were about blood sugar regulation. The more sugar I ate, the more my body demanded. Once I cut it off, the body slowly learned to stabilize itself and started feeling lighter, calmer, and more in control. After about 10 days, something surprising happened. My mind became clearer. I was not foggy in the afternoon anymore. Decisions became easier. I realized how much sugar had clouded my thinking. Here is the science. High sugar intake is linked to increased inflammation in the brain, oxidative stress, and impaired memory. Cutting it out allows the brain to heal. Dopamine pathways start to reset, and your mind regains clarity and focus. Emotionally, I also noticed a shift. I was less reactive. Small annoyances didn't bother me as much. I felt like I was reclaiming my emotional balance from a hidden thief I hadn't even recognized. Spiritually, I had no expectations, but something deep shifted. Meditation and mindfulness became easier. My connection with silence, with simple moments, intensified. It was as if quitting sugar had opened up mental space I didn't know I was missing. Let me be real. Social life got tricky. Parties, gatherings, even casual coffee outings. Everyone was eating desserts, sugary drinks, pastries. I got questions, some judgment, and some genuine curiosity. But I realized something critical. Sugar is everywhere, but my choices define me, not my environment. I started learning to say no gracefully. I discovered alternatives that satisfied taste without feeding the addiction like fresh fruits. And slowly, people stopped questioning me. It became natural. Around week 3, the real transformation hit. And this is what I didn't expect. My taste buds changed. I could taste subtle flavors I had ignored for years: the sweetness of an apple, the creaminess of yogurt, the natural flavor of nuts. Ordinary foods became extraordinary. Mood stability improved dramatically. The constant roller coaster of highs and crashes disappeared. I felt peaceful. Self awareness skyrocketed. I started noticing how often I ate out of boredom, stress, or habit. Quitting sugar made me question why I do anything automatically without awareness. Here is the mind blowing part. It was not just about sugar. This challenge acted as a mirror for my life habits. Sugar was just a symptom of deeper patterns: emotional eating, reliance on quick fixes, ignoring subtle bodily cues. Cutting sugar forced me to confront these patterns. By the fourth week, I started experiencing something profound. Meditation felt deeper. Simple acts like drinking water, eating a meal felt sacred. The mind's chatter quieted. My energy felt more aligned, my emotions more harmonious. I realized sugar doesn't just affect the body, it clouds the subtle energy of the mind and spirit. Freeing myself from it allowed a natural flow of energy I had not felt in years. Now, let's break it down scientifically. On the physical level, my body started finding balance. Blood sugar became more stable, inflammation went down, my skin looked healthier, and energy was steady throughout the day instead of going up and down. On the mental side, thinking felt clearer, focus became sharper, that heavy brain fog started to lift, and my overall mood stayed much more balanced. Emotionally speaking, I noticed greater resilience. I was not reacting instantly to every situation. There was a little pause, a little space, which made me more emotionally aware and calmer inside. And on the spiritual side, there was a stronger sense of presence. I felt more connected to myself, and mindfulness stopped feeling like an effort. It just came naturally. Friends, looking back, I realized quitting sugar was not just about food. It was about freedom. Freedom from cravings, freedom from emotional dependence, freedom from mindless habits. It was challenging. Yes, there were days I almost failed, but each day of resisting strengthened my self discipline, awareness, and inner strength. I learned that our bodies are smart, our minds are adaptable, and our souls are resilient. We just need the courage to step out of habitual comfort zones. I want to share some practical tips for anyone who is thinking of trying this. First, prepare yourself mentally. Remind yourself it won't be easy, and that's okay. Accept the struggle instead of fighting it. That mindset makes the journey lighter. Second, stay hydrated. Drinking water really helps flush out cravings, and sometimes what feels like hunger is just thirst. Third, replace, don't just remove. Instead of cutting sugar and leaving an empty space, bring in healthier options. Fresh fruits or a handful of nuts can satisfy sweet cravings in a natural way. And fourth, track your emotions and triggers. Keep a small journal. Notice when and why you reach for sugar. Is it stress? Is it boredom? That awareness changes the whole game. And finally, be patient. Real transformation doesn't happen overnight. The first few days may feel tough, but the magic begins once you move past that initial discomfort. Friends, after 30 days, something incredible happened. Sugar no longer controlled me. My body felt lighter, my mind sharper, my emotions calmer, and my inner energy more vibrant. I realized that this journey was not just about quitting sugar, it was a gateway to self mastery. The same awareness I gained could apply to any habit, any challenge, any area of life. I also discovered that life without sugar is not boring, it's vivid. I taste more, feel more, live more. I experienced clarity, freedom, and joy that I never thought I could get from simply removing sugar. Friends, if you have ever thought about quitting sugar, don't just think about the calories or weight loss. Think about how it could transform your mind, your emotions, and even your spiritual life. Take the challenge. Observe yourself. You might be shocked at what you discover, not just about sugar, but about yourself. Remember, every craving resisted is a step toward freedom. Every day of awareness is a step toward mastery, and after 30 days, you might find that the world tastes sweeter than ever without a single gram of sugar. Thank you for watching.